Hi there guys, Luis from Vintage Action. I hope you're all well. And today guys, I'm going to be showing you cult classics from the 80s and the 90s, action, martial art cult classics that are still stuck on DVD. Some of them still stuck on like a VHS. All these years, 30 years after, 40 years after, you still don't have like a HD release, a Blu-ray or a 4K release of these cult classics that you grew up watching beginning of the 90s, late 80s, and believe me, guys, some of them is like literally amazing, great cult classics that were big at the time. And still today, we don't have like a HD, a Blu-ray, a 4K release. And I'm going to show you guys now some of those cult classics without like HD release that are still stuck on DVD. Some of them, the quality is okay. You cannot say it is that bad on DVD, but some is like awful. Even some DVDs, it's like VHS quality. You can clearly see it's not like a good quality like a DVD. So, and hopefully some of these will be released like in the next few years, and we have been like having like amazing Blu-ray 4K releases of cult classics that in maybe we were thinking that we'll never have those cult classics like TC 2000 and Talons of the Eagle, Expect No Mercy, the trilogy from the Tiger Claws that have been released by Vinegar Syndrome on the Blu-ray with a 4K scan that were like super low budget movies that they were stuck on DVD as well. But we have some releases of those kind of movies, B movies, being released recently. That in Germany they've been releasing as well some cult classics from especially the 90s with Don the Dragon Wilson on Blu-ray, movies that were stuck on DVD for many years. And now guys, I'm going just to show you some that I have on my collection, some DVDs that you cannot find a Blu-ray anywhere in the world. If for some reason you guys know something that I don't, please feel free to comment down below and share it with me that I know of. These movies have not been released. There is no Blu-ray HD release anywhere in the world. So I'm going to start, guys, with this one, Kickboxer Cop in Germany. The original title, Blood Chase. This one is like a DVD that has been released in Germany. A cult classic with Karen Shepard. Amazing cult classic I watched like many times growing up. And this one, guys, sometimes you cannot even find it on DVD. A lot of countries here in the UK, in the US, there is no DVD for this one that I know of. This one is like a cool alternative slip case, as you can see, from Germany. Kickboxer Cop, Andrew Stevens, and you have Karen Shepard as well. Low budget martial art movies from the late 80s. As you can see, this one, there is no HD release for this one, and even finding this DVD is really rare and difficult to find like this one. Now, another one, cult classic, The Sword of Bushido with Richard Norton, Toshihiro Obata, two icons from the 80s and 90s. And this one, again, guys, I had the VHS of this one growing up, and this one is still stuck on the DVD. This one is the UK DVD, as you can see, of The Sword of Bushido, but still stuck on DVD. The quality is okay, but that will be great if one day we'll have like a Blu-ray release of this one. This one is still stuck on the DVD. Another classic from beginning of the 90s. Another one here, Blood Fight 2. As you can see, Joe Louis, multiple like karate champion, 5-time world champion Joe Louis. And this one you have Robin Shu as well, that you might know from Mortal Kombat. This one is a super cult classic. I remember growing up seeing the VHS of this one all the time at the video store in Portugal. This one is a cool, nice alternative artwork. Again, guys, this one is like a German released DVD. This one is widescreen. The quality of this one, to be honest, is quite reasonable. It's really nice. It's widescreen. And this is an amazing cult classic, another low budget martial art movie, as you can see here. I remember in Portugal the VHS cover, it was this artwork here. You can see the scene Robin Shu fighting against Joe Louis, and this one is a really nice release in Germany. This is the only way you can get it, the DVD. And this one comes with an interview with Joe Louis as well. And as you can see, this is like widescreen. You can get this one like on Amazon or eBay. This one, if you don't have this one, you should, because this one is an amazing cult classic, but still stuck on DVD. Another one now, Capital Punishment, another cult classic with Gary Daniels, David Carradine, you have Tadashi Yamashita, you have Ian Jacqueline. So Tadashi Yamashita, as you might know, was in the American Ninja movies, the first one, the second one, American Ninja 5, is like an amazing like martial artist. And this one here in German is Kickbox Terminator, but the original title is Capital Punishment. This one, there is like a US DVD as well for this one. So if you guys are in the US, you can get the DVD of this one. And but again, guys, another cult classic that is stuck on DVD, as many of the Gary Daniels like movies, unfortunately, like American, like Street Fighter is still stuck on DVD, and all of his like most of his like PM entertainment movies. So this one, guys, another cult classic that is stuck on DVD. Another one now, Ulterior Motives with Thomas Ian Griffith, that you might know from Karate Kid 3. He plays the bad guy, right? And this was his like first like main role as the leading guy, and this one was like an amazing like cult classic growing up. I remember seeing this on the shelves all the time growing up in Portugal. And even the way they advertise the movie, you have seen Seagal and Van Damme now meet the new contender. So Ulterior Motives, like Thomas Ian Griffith, as you can see, this is the UK release, is another cult classic that is stuck on DVD. There is no HD release. Honor and Glory, another cult classic with Cynthia Rothrock. As you can see, this one was directed by Godfrey Ho, but and this one is still stuck on DVD. Recently, you have Undefeatable, that was released by Vinegar Syndrome on 4K last year. Let's see, they might release this one as well. A lot of the cast is the same as Undefeatable, and it was the same director. This one is the UK release, Honor and Glory, but another one that is stuck on DVD. To Be the Best, Martin Cobb, that you know from Rambo 2, the Karate Kid like series, now the Cobra Kai, and this one has like an amazing cast when it comes like the stars of B movies. You have Michael Ward, and you have like Stephen Vincent Ling. It's directed by Joseph Mary, that the fight choreographed by Art Camacho. This one is a PM entertainment movie, and most of the PM entertainment movie, like the Ring of Fire trilogy, I think those ones have been recently released in Germany on Blu-ray. Some PM entertainment movies, like T-Force, have been released on HD Blu-ray in Germany. But they do a great job in Germany. They've been releasing some of these cult classics on Blu-ray, but not this one. Still, this one is stuck on DVD, as you can see. To Be the Best, another cult martial art classics from the 90s. Another PM entertainment movie, No Escape, No Return. As you can see here, another cult classic from the 90s. And you have John Saxon, you have Michael Murray as well. Amazing action. I watched this many times growing up. I had the VHS as well. The picture quality is okay. It's not that bad. It's not like widescreen or anything, but it's another one that someone should put this one on Blu-ray, 4K, maybe in Germany, maybe Vinegar Syndrome. They should like get all the PM entertainment movies, but this one is another cult classic without a VHS, without like a Blu-ray release. Street Crimes as well. Michael Ward, Dennis Farina, another cult classic action martial arts from PM Entertainment, still stuck on on DVD. amazing cult classic, Firepower, Chad McQueen, Gary Daniels. Now, of course, you have the Ultimate Warrior on this one. Yes, from WWE, WCW, The Wrestler. Amazing classic from PM Entertainment. Still stuck on DVD, this one as well. And this one, guys, personally, it was one of my favorite growing up. This one is like a double film pack. You have Cyborg Cop 2 with David Bradley, directed by Sam Furstenberg, that directed the American Ninja 1 and 2, American Samurai, the Ninja movies as well. So, as you get the Revenge of the Ninja and the... and you know the ninja with the girl, the last one, they are the three ninja movies. That the first one was directed by Manhaman Golem, and then he directed the other two ninjas, and this one is amazing. Two cult classics that for me were one of my favorites growing up, with David Bradley, Cyborg Cop 2, and this one were new Image movies, and they are both stuck on DVD. For some reason, all the new Image movies, there is still Cyborg Cop 3 with Frank Zagarino and Brian Genese, but this one are the best two by far. Cyborg Cop 3, it's okay, and... but yeah, guys, amazing two cult classics directed by Sam Furstenberg, that directed the Ninja Domination, the American Ninja 2, American Samurai. And American Samurai is another one, guys, from 92, and is one that is owned by Warner Brothers, because as you might know, most of the canon movies are owned now by MGM when they went bankruptcy. So MGM owns most of the canon movies, like, you know, like Bloodsport and Cyborg and the Dead Wish movies, the Delta Forces, the Missing in Action are all owned by MGM. But the late canon movies, from after the 90s, are owned by Warner Brothers, and a lot of those movies are still stuck on DVD, like you know, American Samurai, American Kickboxer, American Ninja 5. You only have a release of American Ninja 1 to 4 on Blu-ray, because they were owned by Canon, and then now owned by MGM. But American Ninja 5, that is owned by Warner Brothers, like Delta Force 3 and The Street Knight with Jeff Speakman, all of the American Cyborg Steel Warrior, that one is an exception, because that one was released by DG Dreams in Germany, on Blu-ray, American Cyborg Steel Warrior. But most of the canon movies in the 90s that are owned by Warner Brother, you don't have like a Blu-ray release, and I'm going to show you these two as well. This one of them is, you can see the main menu, is like one of the best Chuck Norris movies, in my opinion. It's like a super violent, dark movie, and I love that movie. That is The Hitman from 91, and this one is still stuck on DVD, and to be honest, the picture quality is not that great. And I have this one. This is the Portuguese DVD, as you can see here, that was released more than 20 years ago. And this one, and Hellbound as well, that it was one of the last movies being released theatrically by Canon Movies. This one, and American Cyborg Steel Warrior, is one of the last two movies. I think it was literally the last two movies. This one, Hellbound with Chuck Norris, and American Cyborg Steel Warrior with Joe Lara, being released theatrically by Canon and owned by Warner Brothers now, and they are still stuck on DVD, because a lot of these movies, guys, if you go to Amazon, you can rent these ones on Amazon, and you can see there they are owned by Warner Brothers. American Kickboxer, American Ninja 5, and they are on standard definition, and you know, it's 4:3. It's not like widescreen or anything, and they are still stuck on DVD. Deathmatch, Matthias Hughes, Martin Cove, Ian Jacklin, another martial arts classic stuck on DVD. And this one is one of my favorites. It's like Fists of Iron, and it's an amazing cult classic with Michael Ward, Matthias Hughes, Sam Jones, Eric Lee. You know, this is like an amazing cast. If you like action martial art movies from the 80s and the 90s. You have all the martial artists from the B movies are on this one. You have Nick Hill as well. This is an amazing cult classic. I remember seeing the poster of this one on the VHS store. This is the again probably one of the places, one of the few places, if not the only place you can get this one. Amazon Germany. This is again a German release, the DVD, a German release of in Germany is Karate Tiger 8, but the original title is like Fist of Iron. In UK, the title is like Enter the Shoot Fighting. Enter the Shoot Fighter, Enter the Shoot Fighting. Actually, there is a DVD release here in UK of this one. This one I bought it from Amazon Germany, and you might know if I show you this cover here. It might be familiar to you guys. This is the original artwork that probably you know from the 90s, seeing this on the video store. This is like a 94, 95 movie, and you can see Michael Lord, Matthias Hughes, amazing cult classic from the 90s, martial art classic. This one was released on Laserdisc back in the days, and another one that needs like a HD Blu-ray release that's still stuck. One of my favorites as well, Last Man Standing with Jeff Wincott. Again, this one is a PM Entertainment movie that is not being released like on Blu-ray, like a lot of the Jeff Wincott movies, like Martial Outlaw, Open Fire, that had not been released. And you have so many movies like PM Entertainment, Lorenzo Lamas, actual CIA Code Alexa, both movies, and Target Alexa, they've been released in Germany on Blu-ray. But you have the Swordsman, Viper, Midnight Man, this Blood for Blood with James Liu. That one has not been released on Blu-ray as well. You have like Blood Warriors from Imperial with Frank Zagarin and David Bradley. You have Art Justice, basically all the new Image movies, the Shadow Chaser like sequels. You have the first Shadow Chaser that was released on Blu-ray in Germany with Frank Zagarin and Martin Kubb. They did like an upscale, actually. It's a really good quality. But then you don't have the other Shadow Chasers, all the sequels that are owned by New Image, especially the second one with Brian Janice. From he's one of my favorites growing up. I had the VHS of Shadow Chaser 2 with Brian Janice and Zagarino. Those ones are still stuck on the Blu-ray. You have the Blood Fist saga with Don Wilson. The first one was released by Shout Factory in US and in Germany as well, but there's like 7 or 8 Blood Fists. Only the first one was released on the Blu-ray. Tough and the Deadly, Back in Action with Billy Blanks and Roddy Piper. They are stuck on the DVD. Kickboxer 2 to 5. That's right, guys. Recently, Lionsgate released Kickboxer on 4K, and Lionsgate own the franchise of Kickboxer. And for some reason, only the first one has a Blu-ray 4K release. Kickboxer 2, 3, 4, and 5. There is a HD release, but only on the online platforms. You can see this on Pluto, on Plex, and on online in some platforms. They did like the HD scan, because you can see Kickboxer 2, 3, 4, and 5 on HD. And actually Kickboxer 4 and 5, those two were released in Germany, because someone in Germany owns the rights of those two. So you can buy Kickboxer 4 and 5 on Blu-ray in Germany, but Kickboxer 2 and 3, the only way you can watch it like on HD is like online. On Prime, Plex, you can watch it for free on Plex, Kickboxer 2 and 3, but there is no Blu-ray release. It will be amazing someone would release like a pack with all 5 movies of Kickboxer. A lot of people just like the first one. For me, especially the second and the third are amazing sequels. Not so sure about the fourth and the fifth one, but the first 3 Kickboxers, I'm a big fan. And another one, guys, is Omega Cop, New York Cop, another 2 cult classics. And actually this one, Omega Cop and the Karate Cop, like there is 2. Both movies are stuck on DVD. You don't have like a Blu-ray release of these 2. This is like 2 cult classics from the beginning of the 90s, especially this one. Omega Cop, in some countries Karate Cop, because you have the first and the second one, and these ones are still stuck on DVD as well. And another one is like City Dragon. You might say it's like goofy, cheesy, it's like action comedy, but you might recognize this cover from the 90s, seeing it on the VHS store, the video store, and this one is still stuck on DVD. And this one is actually from these four movies, two of them already have like a Blu-ray release. Expect No Mercy was released by Vinegar Syndrome, and you know, Death Ring was released in Austria and Germany on Blu-ray as well. But The Expert with Jeff Speakman, and you have The Gladiator as well with Ken Hall. This one has not been, these two has not been released on Blu-ray as well. They are still stuck on DVD. And this one is, even though it's like early 2000s, is still like Daniel Ben art that you might know from the Bloodsport sequels. And that's right, guys. Bloodsport 2, 3, and 4 don't have like a HD Blu-ray release as well. They are still stuck on DVD. It's another like saga that someone, even not on 4K, someone should release like Bloodsport 2, 3, and 4 on Blu-ray. They are still stuck on Blu-ray, like this Mortal Conquest as well. We have James Wong on this one, so it's a good cast. Early 2000s release that is still stuck on DVD. And yeah, guys, there's so many cult classics that we grew up watching. Fortunately, the past few years there have been some you know, boutique labels, companies releasing some of these cult classics, but usually it's the ones from the big studios. Of course, like the big Van Damme movies like Cyborg, Kickboxer, Bloodsport, you know that you're going to have like a Blu-ray release. But you know, those minor like movies, actors, you know, like King of the Kickboxers, for instance, it was another one that has been released in German, and I did like a Blu-ray like review of that one. It looks amazing on Blu-ray. Lauren Avedon and Billy Blanks. But it's those kind of movies that we won't release on Blu-ray. Like last year in Germany, they released No Retreat, No Surrender 2 and 3 on Blu-ray. And you have like Cyber Tracker as well with Don Wilson. The first and the second one, they were released last year on Blu-ray in Germany. They are doing a great job in Germany releasing those like a lot of cult classics from the 80s and the 90s on Blu-ray. Vinegar Syndrome do it in US as well. MVD in US did it as well, like movies like Sabotage, and you know, like Olivier Gruner movies like Nemesis, like Angel Town, a lot of those cult classics from beginning of the 90s and the early late 80s, beginning of the 90s. But there are still many movies that had yet to be released on the Blu-ray, especially new image movies. That basically we don't have any new image movies on HD. That is like a shame. That is like most of cult classics with David Bradley, Hard Justice. You know, you have PM Entertainment movies as well. All the late canon movies that are owned by Warner Brothers, we don't have those on Blu-ray as well. Image Organization as well, we don't have a lot of them. That is movies like The Bounty Tracker with Lorenzo Lamas and Matthias Hughes. That one is on Plex on HD. They did like a upscale, but they have a lot of the Jeff Wincott movies from the 90s, and most of these movies are still stuck on DVD. And yeah, guys, I hope you have like enjoyed this like you know, not a review, not unboxing, but literally, guys, just letting you know that probably some of you guys that collect Blu-rays and 4Ks, maybe you guys are thinking, oh, is it like a Blu-ray release or 4K release of these cult classics from the 80s of the 90s? And I just came here, guys, just to let you know that a lot and most of these cult classics, especially the B classics from the late 80s, beginning of the 90s, are still without Blu-ray 4K HD release. They are still stuck on DVD, and there are many others like, you know, like Cage 2, a lot of these like low budget like martial art movies. I could go on and on and on here like for hours just telling you like cult classics from the 80s and 90s that we grew up watching on VHS, and that some have been released on DVD, some are still stuck on VHS, and some the past 4 or 5 years we have been lucky to have like a Blu-ray, and in some cases a 4K release of these cult classics. So yeah, guys, I hope you have like enjoyed this video. If it's the first time you guys watching my channel, please like hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. My channel is all about the 80s and the 90s, and basically I do unboxings, reviews, and movies like this one, like just to get you guys like informed, just help you guys, you know, information, precious like information about these like classics. Sometimes not easy to get like information about these movies even online. Sometimes these super low budget classics from the 80s in the 90s, you cannot get a lot of information online about these ones, and it's hard to get even the DVDs of these ones. Is hard to get online to buy these ones, and some of them are not even on any platform online, right? Like you know, American Samurai and some other movies that for some reason, you know, like the Punisher with Dolph Lundgren, even though there is like a Blu-ray release, you cannot find it in any platform, Prime or Netflix or whatever. So imagine, guys, classics that we grew up watching, and sometimes you guys want to watch the movie, but you cannot even buy a DVD. You cannot even watch it on an online like platform. And yeah, guys, I hope you have like enjoyed this video. And all this information, these pointers about these like cult classics from the 80s and the 90s that you've stuck on DVD. And please feel free to comment down below. Let me know, guys, if you are big fans of some of these movies that I just show you guys. If you guys own some of these movies on the VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and if there is any particular movie that of these ones that I show you or have been talking you about that you would like to see like a Blu-ray release or like a 4K release. Is like because you know, like an American Kickboxer 1 or 2, or like an American Ninja 5 or a Delta Force 3, you know, like a Hitman with Chuck Norris. If there is any particular movie that you would like to see being released on the Blu-ray 4K that until now we don't have that release, please feel free to comment down below. Let me know. And like always, guys, I'll be with you guys soon, reviewing and unboxing all these cult classics from the 80s and the 90s. And yeah, guys, keep strong.